Prepare your wallets, everybody. We have another retro re-release coming our way, courtesy of RetroBit Publishing. So hot off the pre-order campaign for Battletoads and Double Dragon that RetroBit just finished up, they have now announced a retro re-release of Avenging Spirit for Gameboy. So this is the first time RetroBit is covering a re-release on Gameboy, and that's pretty exciting. Gameboy games have just some of the best communities out there, so it's really cool to see more Gameboy games get re-releases like this. Now, Avenging Spirit is a very interesting game, I have to say. It was originally released in 1991, I believe, as an arcade game, and you control a ghost who is trying to get his girlfriend back who was kidnapped by the mafia who killed you. So, the game was ported to Game Boy about a year later, and it's actually a really cool game. Like, you play as this ghost, and instead of having your own character per se, you actually possess the bodies of all the enemy characters throughout the levels. And there's quite a good number of them, and each have various stats and unique abilities about them, so it's really interesting to try to play through it. Some characters are better than others for different situations, so seeing the various combos to get you through a level is actually pretty interesting. And the whole thing's straightforward enough that it doesn't get too overwhelming, so it's pretty cool. And I mean, you could obviously see that future games that would come out in the years after this would adopt some of these mechanics, like Geist on GameCube had the possession type gameplay mechanic. So definitely a game that has been an influencer throughout the years, even though it's been about 30 years since this game originally came out now. Now, there are a lot of cool things that are going to be coming to this release of Avenging Spirit. First of all, RetroBit is taking a lot of the stuff that was cut from North America and putting it back in from the original Japanese version, so we're going to get the original ending back in there. So I always find these kinds of additions interesting personally, and they did similar things with, like, Metal Storm. They got the Japanese version translated officially into English, and then Zero Wing on Genesis, same story, added in all the different endings that were cut from the original North American release. So really, really cool to see all that missing content finally available for North American users and PAL users, because this will be available to pre-order in North America and Europe. Another reason why this is another great re-release is just the insane price point for that original Game Boy cartridge. If you search this up on eBay, if you find results at all, because it is a pretty rare game, you're looking at hundreds of dollars to get this game in any various conditions. I mean, $200 plus for cartridge only, $1,000 for complete in box, and sealed is just even more astronomical. So just a very cost-effective way for those of us that just want to experience a game at a cheap, accessible price. Like, I will never understate how important that part is for me personally, because I mean, I want to experience these games, I want to experience different types of games, and seeing releases like this is always going to make me interested in them and actually give them a try, because it is approachable, unlike collecting the original North American release. Like, I'm not a diehard Game Boy collector, so I will take this, I will be able to play the game, I'll be able to enjoy the game, and have a really cool looking box and full manual. Like, I freaking love it. Like, that's all there is to it. I love it. I love these re-releases. And, I mean, RetroBit has just been one of the best companies doing them as of late. There's a lot of people that do these types of re-releases, but, I mean, they're not always done as well, depending on who does them. But regardless of who does them, I am glad they're a thing. I just wish that they all had the same quality, personally, but RetroBit, definitely one of the best. So, really looking forward to seeing how this one does, because RetroBit stuff has really spoken for itself in these re-releases. All of their previous collector's editions have been awesome. Their new box design for Battletoads and Double Dragon and Avenging Spirit, it's going to be the hard box with the magnetic hinge and just a lot more premium, will last longer on your shelf, and they're matching the size of those original Game Boy boxes for Avenging Spirit here, which is going to be great for collectors that want to display all their Game Boy games on the shelf. It's going to be uniform. It's going to look awesome. It's not going to mess up your collection. But besides the hard box, you are going to get a glow-in-the-dark Game Boy cartridge, full color instruction manual, and it just looks awesome. But really exciting to see RetroBit amp up the frequency of these releases. I can't wait to see what's next in the pipeline, because now they're just teasing us, so I'm just going to be begging for more. And I guess they're just going to have to deal with that. But if you are interested in checking out Avenging Spirit for yourself, it is available now until July 3rd for $45 here in North America, or 49.99 euros for those of you in Europe. And there's going to be a number of different retailers that are going to be carrying these. So for North America, we got Limited Run Games, Castlemania Games. Europe, you've got Dragon Box Shop, Spell and Sant, Strictly Limited, and many more that will be added along the pre-order campaign. So keep an eye out on your favorite shops where you normally pick this stuff up, and grab Avenging Spirit while pre-orders are live. But what do you all think about these re-releases? Have you picked up RetroBit's previous re-releases? Have you found those to be pretty awesome? Not so awesome? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, as well as your thoughts on Avenging Spirit. Pretty cool game, I have to say, and really looking forward to giving this one more playtime. But thank you so much for watching as always. Really helps the channel grow to have you all here for even 1 minute of time. So thank you all so much for helping us keep it going and growing and being this awesome place. But I do have a couple of favors to ask you here at the end. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like, dislike button depending on how much you like this video, and that sub button and notification bell so you can see when new videos go live on the channel. Lots of content coming your way, and I'd love to have each and every one of you along for the ride. Now, if you're further interested in helping support the channel, you can also check out that join button down here on YouTube, or the Patreon link in the bottom right hand corner of the screen when it pops up. Little goes a long way to keeping this place up and running and bringing this content to you, as well as giveaways and other various things. So, big shout out to all of our current champions. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for keeping us going and bringing all this to you. But that's going to do it for this one. So until next time, my wonderful internet peeps, you all stay awesome, and we'll see you back next video.